Let's continue with the module questions which we have started in the previous videos. We have covered till the first case study. So if you have not seen the previous videos, the link to those videos are in the description, and we have already covered this chapter in our lecture. So if you wish to see or if you want to see those lectures, the link is also in the description. So with that, let's start. So this is the test your understanding fourth question. This is a case study. Now, Zeba Products is a partnership firm engaged in trading of designer dresses. The firm has appointed JJ and Company chartered accountants to audit their accounts for a year. The auditors were satisfied with the control systems of the firm, so they were satisfied with the internal controls of the firm, carried out required procedures and necessary verifications. In particular, they carried out sample checking of the purchases, trade purchase bills to GST portal, and also made confirmations from suppliers. They were satisfied with audit evidence obtained by them as part of the audit exercise, and an audit report was submitted to firm giving an opinion that financial statements reflected true and fair view of state affairs of the firm. So this JJ and Company acquired all the evidence, and they thought it is sufficient. So they gave the opinion that there is the financial statement gives a true and fair view of the state of affairs of the firm. So later it was discovered that the purchase manager was responsible for procuring dresses from one location, was also booking fake purchases of small values by colluding with unethical dealers. Payments to these dealers were also made in conveyance with accountant through banking channel. So this manager, he booked small amounts of the dresses, and he also paid for those orders through the accounting banking channel, the banking channel of the firm. So what this shows you, that this is the limitation of the internal control which Zeba Products designed for the accuracy of their financial statements. So they designed that all the bills and all the evidence should be traced, and this is the loophole that this manager found and he used it. So the question says the partners of the firm blame auditors for futile audit exercise. Are partners of the firm correct in their viewpoint? Imagine any probable reason for such a situation. So they blame the auditors for a futile exercise, and the question says if the partners are correct or not. If all this occurred, what could be the reason for this occurrence of this? So the answer says that nature of financial reporting is one of the inherent limitation of audit. How? Because the internal control which are practiced by the company or which are practiced by the firm have their own limitations, and through their limitations it becomes the limitation of audit. So this control, whichever control they were practicing, it had a limitation and a loophole. Because of that, the manager found the loophole and he used it to his advantage. That's why there was a misstatement. So the auditors are not responsible. So conclusion says, in case of Zeba Products, the failure of internal controls has caused such a situation. The internal control has not operated due to collusion between employees, which is a limitation of internal control itself. So this is a limitation of internal control, collusion between employees. The auditor has relied upon internal controls. This is an inherent limitation of audit. So let's move on to the next question. So this is the test your understanding 5. The management of exotic tours and travel limiteds requests the auditor Raja and Company to provide an assurance report on financial information for first quarter of a year by skipping required detailed procedures. So they require a assurance report, but they want to skip the required detailed procedures. So can Raja and company provide such a report? What would be the nature of such a report? Would it be necessary for them to obtain sufficient appropriate evidence in such case? So this says that because they are skipping the required detailed procedures. So if the auditor, the Raja and company can provide such a report, and what would be the nature of this report? So first of all, by the looks of it can be a review. Review is a limited assurance engagement because it requires fewer procedures than audit. That's why it gives limited assurance. Audit gives reasonable assurance, but review gives limited assurance because it involves fewer procedures. So we can see in the conclusion that Raja and company can provide such a report stating that it is a review of financial statements. So they can state that it is a review of financial statements. Such report would be in the nature of review, and auditors would have to obtain appropriate and sufficient evidence. Now, even if it is a review engagement, even if it is a review, they have to obtain appropriate and sufficient evidence. They can't give a report without sufficient and appropriate evidence. Now let's move on to the next question. So this is the test your understanding 6. Now CAP Babu is conducting audit of financial statements of Quick Buy Private Limited. He was not able to obtain external confirmations from certain debtors due to practical difficulties and peculiar circumstances. However, such a procedure is mandated under one of the standards on auditing. So he was not able to obtain the confirmations from all the debtors. So he had to, because of some peculiar circumstances, and this procedure is required according to standards on auditing. So unable to obtain external confirmation from these debtors, he relied upon sale details to these parties, e-invoices, e-bills, e-way bills, and also trace payments from these parties in bank accounts of the company. He was reasonably satisfied with audit evidence obtained. Is there any other reporting duty cast upon him relating not following a mandated procedure in standards of accounting? So this question says that because P. Babu was not able to confirm from all the debtors because of some peculiar circumstances, he uh, moved on to the next sources like e-invoices, e-way bills, and traced the payments, and he was satisfied. But because he did not follow the mandated standard, uh, is there a requirement for him to disclose it, or is there any procedure that he should do? So the answer says it is the duty of professional accountants to see that the standards are followed in engagements undertaken by them. However, a situation may arise when a specific procedures as required in standards would be ineffective in a particular engagement. So because of some peculiar circumstances, there must be some difficulties. That's why he could not obtain the confirmations from debtors. So this can happen. In such a case, he is required to document how alternative procedures performed achieve the purpose of the required procedure. The reason for departure has to be documented unless it is clear, and the report should draw attention to such departure. So because he did not follow those required mandated procedures, he has to disclose, he has to mention it in the report, and report should draw attention to such departure. So we have completed till this question test your understanding 6. We will cover the next case study in the next video. So if you have not given a like to this video, like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you can be notified when we upload a new video.